Morning, Nigel. 7 games into the Sky Bet League One season, 4 wins, 2 draws and a loss. Are you pleased with how you've started?
Oh, of course. It's been a tremendous return from the 7 games. We've had to work incredibly hard in all of those to get the points. I think that's been the most noteworthy aspect of it. But to get the 14 points is absolutely brilliant, and to score goals as well. We've scored in every game, which is important. First clean sheet on Saturday, so that's important. So hopefully we can get the balance right and get a few more clean sheets, but not at the expense of our attacking threat, which on Saturday I think we had the highest XG in the league, 3.7 or something like that. Because when you play 2 up top with Lee and Will, they are a threat, and it's something we've got to keep exploiting.
What more is there to come?
Well, as they get used to it, sort of as a partnership, and it's something that is quite rare, I think, in modern day football. You talk about strike partnerships. People think it's quite antiquated because everybody just play, or most people just play 1 up. But it does have its merits in terms of if you can get a partnership working together. They've got 7 goals between them now. So it's a goal a game between them, and it's a great return. And I hope they can stay fit. And then, we've got Ben Wayne coming on as well and causing problems the last 15, 20 minutes and making the second goal as he did. He's been very, very good every time he's come on the pitch.
How do they complement each other, Lee Gregory and Will Evans?
Well, I think they're both game in terms of it's not a sort of a big lad and little lad traditional sort of partnership up top, but they're both very good, challenging in the air as well. Obviously, Will's energy and his legs. Now Lee's 35. I think he uses his energy very economically and very intelligently, and I think just about every time we've gone in with the opposing managers after the game, they've all said, well, Lee Gregory's still a good player. And on Saturday, John Brady said the same, he caused us problems. And you wouldn't want to play against him if you're a centre-half. I think, he lost half a yard of pace and he won't be charging around as he was 10 years ago. But I think his nous and his game intelligence now is there for everybody to see.
And what about at the other end on Saturday? A final word on the performance of your goalkeeper, Christy Pym.
Outstanding from start to finish. From the bad back pass from Elliot Hewitt after 2 minutes, which he blocked, to the saves that he made all throughout the game. And it was interesting to listen to John Brady afterwards saying that's the best they've played. That's 2 or 3 managers that have said that this season when we've played them as well. So we're pleased, especially pleased, because they did play very well. I thought that the front 3 were a threat and caused us problems. New formation for us. So we weren't quite as secure and sort of solid as we'd like to be. But as I say, we're a threat at the other end. We rode our luck, and the goalkeeper made 2 or 3 magnificent saves, and that's how we get the win and the clean sheet.
Crawley tomorrow night. How do you prepare for this one in terms of looking at the opposition? Because they are, as we know, managerless at this time. Does that make them a bit unpredictable?
No, because I think with Ben Gladwin taking over, then he was there under Scott Lindsay, who did an incredible job there. So from the report on Saturday, they just continued in the same vein. And they are an extremely good footballing team. And it was interesting, Bolton's approach. Not really going chasing after them too much. And I think for a team to have nearly 70% possession against Bolton, who like to have the ball themselves, shows you what sort of the pattern of the game. But it's not about, I think it'll be about not how much we have the ball, it's what we do when we have it. And we've got to hurt them as Bolton hurt Crawley on Saturday when they had the opportunity.
And you're likely to come up against your old striker, Will Swan.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him. We've not really seen him since he left. Didn't get an opportunity to say a proper cheerio to him. So it'd be nice to catch up with him. Hope he's settling in well, and I hope he doesn't score against us.
What's the latest on the injury front?
Everything as it was after Saturday. George Williams has done a bit of training Friday and may well come down in the squad with us, but none of the other big boys who have been out injured. So just keep waiting for them. If we get the international break, which we should know about in the middle of the week, then hopefully 1 or 2 after that might be a bit closer.
And you had a friendly with Sheffield United last week, mainly for George Maris, as you revealed. How did that go?
Yeah, it went well. We ended up losing 1-0. They had a very strong side out. It was good, and we took the majority of the first team and used it as a training session. So it was a very worthwhile exercise. Referee gave a penalty after minutes that never was, ended up to be the deciding goal. But they had a lot of good players out there in their championship squad at the moment. So a bit too much for us at times, but yeah, very worthwhile. And every time, we've got good relationships with Chris and all his staff and everything. And when either of us needs a game like that, we just pick the phone up and then we can arrange it.